It feels like my irons have outgrown my fire. Whoa, something's cooking. I guess we got to do a full junk shuffle. We got some new shop additions, tools that are getting here tomorrow that are gonna go over there. So we got to deal with all of this. In addition, like, it's spilling out. Remember that guy? And then that guy? Those are both running, I think. That one's definitely running. I moved it today. But the truck also went on an adventure, and we have a brand new to us 37 Ford front end. The guy said it was a 37, but it's got 3940 brakes. So we got to dive into that. Oh, and we got some, new parts for those eagle eye viewers with the Mercury. And we got a bunch of old junk that I still haven't gotten rid of, like that shelf unit that I've been passing by forever. So we're currently amidst the paradox, right? Because there's nothing better than a nice clean shop to work in. But ironically, you can't keep a nice clean shop if you want stuff to work on. In here, stacked up, we have the 27 Touring that we've been kind of cracking on. The rear end is out of it because the fenders that are on it are now stacked on the Roadster. And the Roadster's a project I didn't even mean to get, but how can you pass one up? I mean, it's gonna be rad. This has also, given me a reason to look on the internet for parts. It's not that I didn't look on the internet for parts when I didn't have a reason, but now that I have a reason, I'm shopping more and more. As you have seen already, out in the great beyond in the white light is a truck with more Roadster parts in it. We also have a stack of transmissions, kind of generally laying around here that need to get dealt with. Oh, right, our 350 project is still under construction, which is fine. And the Cadillac. The Cadillac's been notably absent. Let's take a minute and talk about the Cadillac. What's in here? Nothing. It's trash. The Cadillac's been in here for almost 4 months. Like, I've moved it in and out, but I haven't driven it because the last time I drove it, I had some issues. It stalled, and then after stalling, it wouldn't fire up again. And then I was dead on the side of the road. I went and got gas, and then I finally got it to fire up by coaxing it with gas. And it turns out it never acted like it was out of gas. In fact, it suddenly seemed to start flooding, because when I got it to fire up, it ran rich, and it only would stay running under partial throttle, or more than partial throttle. I came out here the next day to do a diagnosis and an assessment of all of that, and it didn't do it again. It magically fixed itself. In fact, I even had this board where I had all the symptoms, and what does it all mean? And I was gonna do this whole detective episode Between the Sharks, but then it ran. We gotta get this fired up because it's got to move, because we are getting a new to us lift put right here, and then the Cadillac can go right back in on it. But that's happening tomorrow morning. That's very soon. It's today afternoon. Here we are, fellas. I guess we got to do a full junk shuffle, and that sounds like some 70s disco dance, but it is indeed literal. We got to shuffle a bunch of junk. If you're like me trying to build projects, you buy the stuff when the price is right, not when it's the right time necessarily. The lift, I was seriously, we'll get into this later, but I was seriously gonna peel off the dough for a Wildfire fancy new lift. Had even talked to Brad on the phone, the Brad. All right, here we go. It may be clear at this point that we are working from, a fundamental lack of planning here. I gotta slap this thing back together. I just got the Heim joints in the mail today. So I slapped those in, ran them in an even number. I'm gonna roll this thing back under because A, that will clear this space, but B, at least some of these miscellaneous tires laying around can go on that, and they can live back under there, because our next step is to build a cross member to hold those ends to keep everything where we want it to be, which is a huge step for this thing and what I would love to be doing today, but I'm not upset about our new lift. Dudes, that felt like it took everything I had, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. We got a long way to go. Mush. Maybe. Whoa, something's cooking. I see smoke. Smells. Oh, that is hot. Why is that ground so hot? That's not good. Why would the ground be smoking? All right, so when the grounds get hot, you got to recheck your grounds, and I just kind of was shuffling around and checked that guy out. That's not good. I hate these things. I hate them, but I've not found a better solution. If you got a better solution for like instant battery cables, please put it down in the comments. All right, first things first. When I lose my coffee, I put it over there. On further review, like I haven't done anything except go get tools. Like, God, I hate these things. Not good. So if you're not 100% sure if you have an electrical issue, smoke will tell you, yes, indeed, you do have an electrical issue. These are just trash the way, like they're just, come on, man. Trash. Why would you paint all the interior parts of this thing? Like, it's just so dumb. All right, so I found one of these dingle hoppers, but I'm trying not to do something else half-ass, so I don't have the swaging tool for this, and apparently I'm out of solder or I lost it all. So I think the solution for now is just clean this up and try to tighten it down again, which didn't work the last time, but at least we'll get the paint off this time. Let's put this in a vise for crying out loud. Why would you paint these in the first place? All right, so there's the solution. Tighten the pants off it. Also stripped a little more of this cable, ran it through so it's sticking out the front. It's not elegant, but feels like it's a little tighter. I mean, I'm pretty sure I tightened it enough to try to start stripping these because obviously those nuts are just seated in lead. And then I taped the cables together. Hopefully this one can't turn by itself anymore. We'll hook it back up and give her another whirl. You should always know where your closest fire extinguisher is. It's in the blurry part, right there. Right there. All right, round two. Let's see if she smokes. Look at that. I mean, she's stumbling, but she hasn't run in a little while, so I guess I can't complain. I was just thinking about it. I don't really want to take it too far because I'll bet that oil is full of gas. So before we screw it up, let's change the oil. But, you know, first things first, we got a lift coming in here, so I got to get this thing moved. And then in theory, we can put this on the lift and change the oil. That'll be swell. I think the transmission fluid might be a little low, so let's pull her off to the side and check that out. All right, this is best done running and warm, but if you know she's real low, you go ahead and just add some because you'll dry out your pump. She's low. That 283 we have no idea the health of, but that's the one that's supposed to go in the touring. This is just a random 350 that I think is going to go in the murder van, which we've done no videos on so far. And that's the old Trooper motor that was replaced with a 4.3, but Stacy's Jimmy has the same motor, so we're keeping that. And that is an old TV that I was really sentimental about because I got it when I was really broke, and I fixed it. And then I fixed it, and then I fixed it, and then I got to a point where it was not fixable. And I bought a new TV, and it felt like a turning point in my life where I suddenly had grown up and I actually had enough money to buy myself a new TV, which It never happened in my life. Let's try to straighten this up. Maybe we can get some of this motor stuff organized somewhere on a shelf. That feels way too ambitious, but we gotta do something. And that shop vac is useless, hidden over there behind the Cadillac. So let's find a new spot for that. Well, you know, I still take the paper news every Sunday. Not even kidding you. 98.67% of the time, I just go for the funny papers. If I go beyond that, it's the crosswords. We need to sell a lot of stuff on eBay. You guys want stuff? I got stuff. Well, they're on their way, so this is as good as it gets. But if you've been watching any of the late videos, it's better than it's been. We got to sweep up all this kitty litter that's cleaned up the oil I dumped out of this motor, the transmission fluid, the Cadillac spilled everywhere. Ow. No. Hey, no. 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 Clutter has still won the day, friends. And our stack of tires is over there, so we can put our, you know, never used, always buried, impossible to maneuver standard shop vac. This one's missing a wheel. I can't say that it rolls any worse missing a wheel. But I guess that low squat thing is great if you got to suck up several gallons of raw sewage. Ask me how I know. So there we go. The fellas that set this up asked that I not film, which is too bad because I did want to do a time lapse because I thought it would have been kind of neat for everybody to see. I was shopping for a lift. There's several reasons. More car storage because I keep adding more cars, but mostly I knew full well that to finish my Mercury project, the way that convertible body was on the frame, the only way for me to get underneath it and finish and paint and do all the things that weren't done after the metal work was done and the floors were done before I bought it was to get it up in the air. It just wasn't gonna happen otherwise, not to any kind of quality. So that helped push me into purchasing a lift. So I did what a lot of people might do. Like I looked at the Wildfire lifts and they seemed like they were really high quality. I actually spoke with Brad, like the Brad from Wildfire. Brad was super nice. We talked about it. There were some shipping issues that I was trying to figure out before I actually clicked the button and ordered it, but that was gonna come in right around 6K. It's a quality product. Everything is priced really high right now. You know, I was gonna bite the bullet and do it. Then I woke up the other morning and saw this on the old internet for sale secondhand. Let's take a look at what it is. This is indeed like the backyard buddy style, probably is an older backyard buddy, which is fine for me. What I required out of a lift was I wanted the solid 4-post structure with the notches and all of that jazz, not the C-channel ones that are really inexpensive that they sell these days, even on Amazon. It's got a 220 motor, not my ideal. I'd rather the 110, but hey, whatever. I've got 220 out here for the welder, so I just wired a plug onto it because, much like the Wildfire lifts, when I went and got the paperwork for this thing, it was designed to be mobile. It comes with a caster kit, which I don't have, but was with it at some point. It doesn't go as high as the Wildfire lift that I was gonna, you know, order or whatever, and it's not quite as long, but it is rated more than enough for even the Cadillac. So that's good news. And I guess, like, at the end of the day, you guys all want to know dollars and cents because, you know, we're all trying to do projects here. We all are on a budget because that's life, right? This is all for fun. Expendable income if we have it. So grand total, I paid $2,500 for the lift. That's what the guy was asking for it. I didn't argue with him at all. And then I paid some fellas $800 to go pick it up about 35 miles from where I am now. They broke it down, disassembled it, put it on a trailer, trucked it up here, reassembled it, dialed it in. I watched how they leveled everything and did all that, so I understand kind of how it works. But considering I didn't really have a little buddy for this project, I don't have a trailer, this would not have fit in my pickup truck by any stretch of the imagination. And it took them, they landed there at 9 a.m. and they left here just before 3. So $800 felt like a lot, but after I saw the work done and knowing I would have had to rent a trailer and possibly a truck to pull it and all of that jazz, and it would have taken me the better part of a Sunday, and I didn't know what I was doing. That's just another thing. I'm very happy with the purchase, really. So we're $3,200 all in. So I'm not bragging whatsoever. This is something that I had been looking for, a tool I've been trying to find at a reasonable price for a long time. But I was pretty committed to buying the Wildfire lift. In fact, I don't think I would have made it the rest of this week. I think I found this on a Wednesday. And it popped up. I messaged the guy within 15 minutes of it being listed saying I wanted to go see it. I was there to see it within 4 hours of that. And I made him a deal on the spot because it ran up and down, was in good shape. It was the style I wanted. So yeah, I got lucky, but yeah, I also jumped on it, and yeah, I had been looking a long time. So this is not like bragging, ooh, look at the new lift. It's like, realistically, you know, that's how I was able to accomplish it. I had been saving money for a while to buy a lift, but $3,200 all in, I think this is gonna do everything that I need it to. And you know, I am sacrificing a little headroom of walking under it and a little bit of length maybe, but it fits in that one side, that one bay. It's not like I got tons of spare money laying around. So the $3,000 I did not spend on the Wildfire lift, plus the truck rental to go pick it up from the depot, wherever they would, you know, wherever the big tractor trailer would drop it, plus having to find somebody to come help me set it up, a little buddy, and schedule all of that. $3,200 installed is not bragging. I'm saying maybe the deals are out there in your area too. Maybe it's worth a look. I mean, I've been doing a ton of research on this stuff. It definitely seems like this style with the full sleeve on the outside is the way to go, 100%. But, you know, I had saved my ducats to get to that point. Got lucky and found this. Good luck on your projects out there. Thanks for watching Between the Sharks. We will see you next time. Put this old girl to use. Take it for a ride. Doug, what do you think? Doug, you're getting smaller.